Hello, exiles. Welcome back to SSF. Still in the company of Paco, our invoker using Flicker Strike. We've done some optimization to the build because we found it to be just a bit too frail. We've removed all additional damage nodes that we had going into shock chance and shock chance, and this node here, step like mist, just to add more energy shield with spectral ward, more energy shield, faster starter energy shield recharge, and more energy shield. And we've also unspec'd out of Unbound Avatar and got Meditate, which is a cute little tool. You just get to double your energy shield. Here we are at 7,000. That's been not because we had to. We were forced to do it. We could do it because we do have enough damage with the skills we have and the levels. We don't need the Unbound Avatar for the minor bosses. And as it turns out, not even for the Trialmaster. We've been running the Chaos Trials for a few hours yesterday, and we'll be running another one together. Because I find the Chaos Trials to be a pretty significant DPS dummy.
Are you ready, Challenger?
It pits your character against different encounters with different targets, like how does your character handle attacks? How does your character handle bosses? And most of the time, this character failed the trial because of X. Because it got overrun and received too much damage in a short while. So we're going to try and get through the trial together and see if the RNG of the debuffs is still very much important. Okay, I believe the exit should be... Where's the exit? It's not down here, is it? No. There it is. It is... The build requires the most important part of the build is keeping your charge stuff up. The number of power charges is not that important. So right here we're going to take shielding monsters because again, we do have enough damage. Our lightning damage has a very large range of rolls. When we do get to roll the high number, the pack is deleted. When we do not roll the high number, you'll get to see you only do 10% of a normal mob's life. But because we have spec'd into more defenses, anytime we get a chance, we get some downtime, we rechannel our meditation, recover our power charges and reset our charge stuff. And in the Chaos Trials, you do have the downtimes. You're not gonna breeze through the encounters, mostly because of these types of changes where you have to wait for a whole minute and a half with no option of decreasing that timer, which is okay. That's the encounter. We're going to complete it patiently. When we get the time, we're going to recover energy shield. Update the power charge duration. Update the charge staff.
This is just the beginning.
Here we're going to take shocking turrets because these are
Your
bad.
trial nears its abrupt end.
And the Trialmaster is being
Follow the
cheeky
path.
today because we couldn't complete the trial last 2 attempts. Once again, a slow challenge. Counting on Stormwave to roll high. We don't need to be at maximum power charges right now. The charge staff has enough. And the mobs have gone through 5k energy shield by now. But as long as we can keep them at bay, there shouldn't be enough hits to stop our trial from. There you go, charge staff is up. We're nearing the end of the challenge, so we're going to push through. And we were successful. We can recover our energy shield, well, overflowed. We're doing 4 power charges. Now we're going to go up against the first boss. And see where it takes us.
Don't give up so
Heart of the
early.
spell. Okay, these 3 are all bad. I'm gonna choose the least
Atzoatl sends its regards.
bad of them. Okay, charges, full charges. Charge staff should work. Should hold for 10 more seconds.
Prove your might against this magnificent beast.
Yep. Without the 2 Infernal Cries, Flicker Strike doesn't even come close to dealing with the boss. We were lucky enough to have the bird, well, the bird
You may
boss,
possess strength after all. They strike with dark intent.
which has a slower wind up. It usually likes to do 2 or 3 standard attacks before going into his special
not to
mechanics. In this challenge, I like to just sit somewhere in a corner, and if any mobs are visible, try and stop them from hitting. Gotta say, the encounter would be much more interactive if hitting the enemies would somehow decrease the encounter time, like you do in the Sekimo trials, when you get your hourglass trial. And once again, the damage ranges on our lightning damages. Okay. We can drop a flicker strike here. It's gonna do something. Let's recast our charge staff and defend our little corner of this encounter. And we managed to pull through, which is great. This encounter is one of the most, of the more risky for the character. While we're moving on to the next encounter, you know, we can.
I think you'll like this next one.
Here I'm going to take Unstoppable
Unrelenting
because
and unyielding determination.
we're not counting
Powering the monument
on the
requires
enemies to
souls.
be stunned for our build to work. So okay, here we can drop a flicker strike. It didn't do much because again the pack sizes and their distribution across the map, they're not that close together. So what is this? Is this a soul core encounter or yes, it's a soul core. We could take some time to meditate here. Let's see if we can pull through with only one extra 1000 energy shield. But most of the enemies we find along the way must be defeated so that we don't get chain stunned while trying to introduce the soul core to the altar. A single power charge there has reset our charge step duration. If we're lucky, we can do it again. No, this guy has to go. And there is one more soul core that we have to find. At this moment, I'm gonna stop and regenerate the power charges, reset charge staff, and try and go around this. These are going to bother us on the way back, and now we just make a mad run for it. Hope that the skeletons are just a bit of a distraction, enough to give us time to introduce the soul core to the stone altar. And once again, end the encounter, regenerate the shield. Yeah, it does slow down the activity. This build actually spends more time generating power charges with self-cast Profane Ritual and regenerating the shield with Meditate, but
What? Expecting praise?
anything you have to do to get through the challenge. I think I'm gonna take Chaotic
There
2,
will be naught but pain.
and we've just lost our charges. Let's get back into generating them. What is this? The other part boss. We've lost charge staff in the power charges. And sometimes Flicker Strike just doesn't want to cooperate and doesn't want to deal enough damage. Again, that goes to show your damage variance, because you have mostly lightning damage on your attacks, so
Impressive. Normally challengers
here we're
don't
going to
survive
take... We're on round 8. We still have 2 more back encounters, so maybe
those. They
a
strike
critical
for the heart.
chance. We do have the charms that would save us from poison and
Kill them all.
bleed, but they can only activate. They can't keep us completely protected from poison and bleed. Oh, we don't have our charge staff. Okay, we're going to be careful about this. We can recover some mana with the flask. Okay. Lucky. Does anyone hear that sound? I think it sounds like XCOM's Enemy Within. Meld sound.
Took you long enough.
Bloody globules, deadly monsters, or impending doom. We can take
Be
impending
careful where
doom.
you stand. Chaos
Coming up
demands sacrifice.
on the encounter, this is the ritual circle encounter. So Flicker Strike has done its job, and there was one mob left alive. Speaking about the damage variance on our lightning damage, as you've seen that Elite took a few hits. There are times when you roll close to maximum damages, as I can see, probably with a crit as well, and the most defensive elites are instantly defeated. As you've seen on the first boss, just a few strikes of our Flicker Strike were enough to defeat it. Okay, the ring is getting to be a little too large. We can move away, wait for it to dissipate, wait for the next one, and get back in. I believe this circle is done. Yes. Oh no. Oh. Let's try another Flicker Strike. There were 2 elites in there. Okay, let's wait for the next circle too. We've lost our overcharge shield. The room is completed. We can safely move into the circle. We're up to the last boss. Fortunately, it's the Chimera boss. Chimera boss requires some special treatment.
Took you long enough.
Will take less and reach, that's
Lacking
okay.
both depth and perception.
Let's just keep our part charges up. Because against the Chimera boss, we have to hit it at the range for a few strikes. Wait for it to land here. And the ring to dissipate. Oh no, where? Okay, and then we can do our combo.
A well-earned victory. Challenger.
I'm taking that specific sequence of events because I've seen in past runs, almost completed, we shouldn't die. If we move into the boss right here and drop the flicker strike right here, the character kind of gets stuck and can't teleport from one side of the boss to the other, and deals minimal damage for some reason. Not sure. Oh, let's not crash. So, trial complete. At least the minor bosses. Let's see what we get. Takati is good. Shikwani is good. I'm gonna pick up that tuning because I can disenchant it. No. And we can go up against the boss. Let me just drop the unique here. Somewhere. Clean up the inventory. Oh. We need that. Cowardly Fate. We have enough Cowardly Fates to run the Trialmaster 3 times. We're only going to do it once together. So, wish Paco luck. Gotta get closer. Okay. 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 So, let's do our setup. Charge stuff will last long enough to get to the boss. Let's see about the rest of the power charges. The energy shield. And one more power charge, please. And seal.
Victory feels better when they are overconfident.
Yes, of course. So let's hope we get some good damage rolls.
Feel the might of chaos.
We should live through at least one slam.
My service is finally over.
And we did. Live through one slam.
And my service
So
continues.
if you want to take that overhead slam for damage, you could.
The dreamer provides.
Aquata stuff. This could be an upgrade. Hello, Trialmaster. Let's move away and maybe take some time to review the full state of the build. We've not only done passive skill tree changes, but there were also some active skill changes. Let me just go to the hideout. It's a more comfortable location.
A moment of stillness.
Yes, we get a moment of peace. So, unspecking everything that was extra damage, going into the mandatory crit nodes and as much energy shield energy shield recharge rate and energy shield faster start as we can get. This improves our evasion, and we're going to check that soon. I mean, we can check it now. We're up to 77 evasion with Wind Dancer, I believe, with full Wind Dancer, yes. Which also increases if we can regenerate the energy shield. 40% increased here, 60% increased here. The spectral ward to help with the additional energy shield because of the 900 evasion rating here. We moved away from the energy shield only body armor to this one. It adds a little bit more life. Overall, I think it improves the defensiveness. Everything else is the same elemental damage increase, quarter staff. This is new. We are using another ring here. We moved this to this one because it has more lightning damage and enough elemental resistances to keep us capped. The same stellar amulet for the pretty large increase to all attributes. The same topaz ring we had on the right hand slot. The same hand of wisdom in action. Sorry. And just a second. Yeah, sorry for that. And the same boots. We were keeping the support gems that increase the magnitude of shock in case our attempt against the Trialmaster was showing that we do not have enough damage. At that time, we would have taken some time to get Voltaic Mark out of Cast on Critical and into some other slot, probably instead of Profane Ritual. But as it turns out, we do have enough damage with the build as it is. So just to recap the build, Skeletal Warrior with level 1 physical, +1 level 2 physical, Death March and Last Gasp. They don't really matter except for generating power charges. And because we have this amount of energy and evasion on the body armor, we can raise up to 8, which translates to 8 power charges, our maximum. Nothing in Meditate, there is nothing you can socket here to improve it. Mobility would have been nice, or some way to increase the energy shield recharge rate, like improve your channeling speed, but no. Stormwave, just the same with Ambush, Martial Tempo, Inspiration, and Primal Armament. Flicker Strike with Pinpoint Critical, Close Combat, Concentrated Effect, and Ambrosia. Charge Staff with Perpetual, which happens once in a while. It's nice to have. Persistence, Calling Strike, and Defy. During the Chaos Trials, Defy doesn't really impact your clear speed too much because, as you've seen, I'm keeping to the edge of the packs, not going headfirst into them. Infernal Cry with the standard Raging, Enraged, Premeditation, and Second Wind. We have dropped Mana Remnants because while there is visible mana drain while spamming Stormwave and then Cast on Critical happens, it's sustainable. It's one of those situations where, okay, I have some downtime because I have not enough mana. Let me just refill the power charges. Herald of Thunder is there for help during clear because you've seen the The damage variance on our lightning damage means that sometime you roll low and you get lucky and still kill something that's shocked, and then Herald of Thunder picks up the slack. Cast on crit with Profane Ritual, Profusion, and Voltaic Mark seems to be jack of all trades. This part is for mapping, this part is for bossing. It's a middle ground setup. And Sacrifice and Profane Ritual for being able to sacrifice skeletons to gain power charges. I think we've gone through passive, tree, gear, and the showcase of the gameplay. What can I say? I've always wanted to play an Invoker that handles most of the content. We're still going to be doing Chaos Trials for the foreseeable future until we find something that would improve our damage, either for this character or for another one. It seems like we're quite lucky with the that's freeze build up. Where did I put shock? With the drops, we got this from the Trialmaster, which is interesting. That's an overall 18% damage gained if you find a weapon with 3 sockets and you completely socket it with this. I think in POB I've evaluated this change from crit bonus to flat 18% fall damage, which is actually an overall 48 54% increased, 54% damage gained across the board. It seems to be doing more damage than this 24% critical damage bonus. We don't have stuff to socket 3 of these into right now, but maybe that will be an improvement. We did get some interesting soul cores here, like gain a power charge and then gain another one. That's interesting. 2 of these would mean we double our power charge generation, less time spent doing manual profane rituals, less time spent doing anything else but flicker striking. But no, I believe this is some good progress that the character had. We started out as a very frail character that would be defeated by a single white mob. We got here. We have enough damage to complete the trials. The Trialmaster is not that easy of a boss. It does have a little bit of HP, but I think we're going to keep rolling with this build for a little while and see where it can go. Maybe it can start doing pinnacles and doing them well. Who knows? And SSF doing pinnacles is an achievement at any level. So I guess yeah, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye, exiles.